Hi there, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. And so I've had this project in mind for a while and I thought it was time to kick it off, and well, here we are. So I purchased this kit by Reminisce. It's called the Bucket List Kit, and basically it is a bunch of cut apart cards that denote different bucket list items. And I thought it would be really fun to put together a mini album, or maybe even two, of ones that I have already accomplished, and then maybe have a placeholder for ones that I want to accomplish. I thought I could also do a little bit of journaling about why I would want to do something if I haven't done it, that kind of thing. I'm not exactly sure how it's all going to flesh out. But for today, what I thought I would share with you is the kit itself, and I will bring you along with putting the album together and how far I get along the way. So the kit is composed of 8 12 by 12 papers, 2 sheets per design, and 1 coordinating sticker sheet. This first one says seize the day. These are more generic kind of prompts like learn a new skill, do a good deed. For the rest of these that are the actual bucket list items, they are 3 by 3 cards, and they are different cards on either side. So you do get 2 sheets. So basically, if you performed everything on the bucket sheet, you would have every single item. I could tell you right now there's some items on here that I will not be doing. I will not be bungee jumping, and I will not be skydiving. Now, that's not to say I might not tweak this and change it from skydiving to parasailing, because I have done that as an example. So we get 2 sheets of those, and then we get 2 more. Again, same idea, different prompts on the other side. And then there is a 12 by 12 sticker sheet. These have some really large 4 by 6 cards. This is kind of fun, or will be quite fun, to decorate my album. So like I said, I am intending to do a 6 by 8 album, and clearly I'm going to need some more papers. Let me show you what I've pulled to complete this kit. Okay, so looking at this sheet here as my inspiration, I automatically thought of Bloom Street from Paige Evans. I mean, you guys, how perfect is that? Right? I think it's going to work out just fine. So I pulled that. I also have Paige Evans' Scenic Route, and really any of Paige's collections would work really well with this. So I think that is what I'm going to use to complete. Try and use as much of the 6 by 8 pad as possible, seeing as I'm doing this in a 6 by 8 album. But if I need any additional papers, I've got them here in the 12 by 12. And I think that's going to be it. I think between Paige's embellishments and then stuff that I'll just randomly pick, that should be good. This is an older kit. It is from 2017. I don't know if you can still find it somewhere, but if you are interested in it, of course, just make your own bucket list, right? These are just images you could find off the internet. Add some word art over top of it. There's a lot of apps that make that really easy to do. And you could do this project pretty easily with stuff in your stash. So I went through all the cut aparts and I trimmed them out. And as far as the bucket list items themselves, I went through all of them and figured out the ones that I can already document because I've already done them, like swimming in the Great Barrier Reef. And then the ones that I think maybe someday I will get to, I have them clipped. I'm thinking maybe I'll add a pocket or something, or a sleeve into the album to hold on to these. So as far as the layout, I'm going to keep it very simple, and I am going to, like I said, use a 6 by 8 album, and I am going to make pockets. And so what I've done is I've gone through cardstock, trimmed it out to 6.5 by 8.5, and then I took a additional panel, which is 3.5 by 6.5, and that is just going to get adhered at the bottom, like so. I've picked out the papers. I'm going to trim off 3 inches off the bottom. The bigger piece will get tucked inside the pocket, and the bottom piece will get added as a layer on top. So it's going to be the same pattern behind the pocket and on the pocket. The prompt is 3 inches square, so I may trim this down slightly to give a border. I haven't decided that yet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix that in a corner, which leaves me room to do some sort of embellishment. And my thought is that I will have at least one 4x6 photo that tucks in, and then on the back side I will do my journaling. So I can pull out the item and tuck it in. If I have more photos, of course, that I want to include, I can do that as long as the pocket will hold it. And on the back side it will be exactly the same. There'll be another pocket and second sheet of paper. I'm then going to punch holes in, and this is just going to tuck into the album. Now, what I am expecting is, because I'm going to have a lot of cardstock here, that this bottom part is going to get a little bit thicker. And that's where I thought I could put these in, add them as inserts in the upper section of the book just to balance things out. Oh, and one other thing is I've used different cardstock for almost all the pages. I kind of took inspiration from the paper pad as a whole. So I've got like a purple, a green, a blue, a turquoise, 2 pinks, and a yellow, and a coral color. So it is going to be a very colorful book. Okay, let me get assembling and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here are my albums. That's right. I am pretty sure I am going to need at least 2 of these. All said and done, I may even need 3, who knows. I just had these in my stash. They're Simple Stories album. They came with some punched cardstock, like fancy papers, and some page protectors. I'm not using the page protectors, but I did use some of the other inserts provided. So on the first sheet here, which would be the cover sheet, I used some of the stickers. Again, it's pretty plain. I'm probably going to leave all the embellishing to last. I just mentioned that this is volume 1, and I've left this open again just to do some journaling and stuff like that when I am ready to you know, get into that part. So mostly what I've got done are the pockets with the prompts. I've also gone in and added sticky notes indicating when this was achieved, so I can go and pull photos. As I mentioned before, the layout is exactly the same. They are pockets, so I can slide you know, pictures and stuff in there. I had originally thought of doing 4x6 photos. What I'll probably end up doing is doing a cardstock piece slightly bigger than 5x7, printing the photos as 5x7, or doing some sort of collage if I have multiple photos, and then it'll just be a matter of flipping it over on the back side, adding my journaling and inserting. I am pretty sure that most of this is going to be done on the computer, including all of the journaling. So I might even just print the photo and do the journaling all in one 5x7. That's another thing that I've been thinking about. So it's either going to be batching it, printing the photos, then doing the journaling, or I may just, you know, come up with a template. I've got a photo, journaling, flip side, photo, journaling, or some sort of collage and then journaling. I hope that makes sense. Obviously, I haven't done it yet. This is probably going to be a project that I will work on periodically. I did take some more of those inserts, added some of those kind of inspirational quotes, cards, and any stickers. Again, left lots of space for additional embellishment and journaling if need be. And I tried to coordinate the papers with the cardstock, and overall, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. So as you can see, it's exactly the same over and over again. I started with all the ones that I have done, so I can actually make some progress. For something like this, where it's not necessarily a bucket list prompt, but I really liked this quote, "We travel not to escape life, but for life not to escape us." And I love to travel. And so what I thought I would do was just keep track of the different countries that I've been to so far. And at the back of the album, there is a envelope folder. This came with this album as well. And back here I have more of those prompts. These are ones that I haven't necessarily done or don't know that I'm going to do in the near future. For volume 2, I took another one of those specialty papers, added an inspiration quote. This is actually from the zip strip or the branding strip, and I added a volume 2, another quote, and again the process just continues. Now you may notice that I have circle reinforces on here, and that's because I messed up. I did not get my spacing correct with my hole punch, and so I thought rather than, you know, trash it all, I would just cover my oops with a circle and then repunch the holes, and I think that looks okay. I did the whole album this way so that it's consistent, but I don't think I need to do the other one. For this one here, the prompt is to visit every state, and so what I did on this side was that I listed all the states and I put a check mark beside the ones that I have visited. I'm not sure yet how I would actually include photos for this. I might do like a massive collage with like a 1-inch photo of each state, maybe. That might be kind of fun. And then the rest of this book are blanks ready to go for a prompt as I finish them. I've got quite a few here ready, and like I said, there could be a very good chance that I will have to go to volume 3. For this one I have more of the bucket list prompts, and I've just clipped that on the outside. I could tuck them in. I just did it differently on this one. It's been really fun going back through my photos, pulling out things, you know, that I've done over the years, and I'm really looking forward to documenting this. Let me know below if you would be interested in doing a project like this, or maybe you've already done one. I think it's kind of fun to just, you know, see how far you've come, what you have done, and just reflect a little bit. I don't know, I guess I'm in a really reflecting kind of mood, and I think that probably just comes with it being a new year. Well, thanks so much for joining me. If you are interested in seeing a more completed view of this book once I've got some photos and journaling done, let me know below as well. I'd be more than happy to do that in a few months after I've made a little bit more progress, but only if you guys are interested. I think that's it for this one. Thanks again, and until next time, happy crafting.